All profound experiences and intense feelings associated with things begin and are accompanied by a period of tranquility and absence of sound. Hermann, in many Western cultures, the act of keeping silent is often used as a way to show respect and reverence. A notable example in Dutch culture is the Silent March, a ritual that evolved from ancient silent processions within the Catholic context in Amsterdam. This emerged in response to the prohibition of Catholic processions by the Protestant establishment. The Silent March consists of a walk without prayers, chants, ceremonial attire, or religious symbols, thus escaping restrictions and transforming into a new enduring rite. Silence adds a distinct character to rituals, eliminating the presence of music, words, or chants that might divert one from the essential purpose. In the Netherlands, an event called Remembrance of the Dead is observed, an occasion that pays homage to all Dutch victims of wars and peacekeeping operations through a 2-minute period of silence. How could we respond most steadfastly to the deafening chaos of war and the intense clamor of people involved in senseless violence and bloodshed? Sometimes, the best response is silence, especially when words prove insufficient. However, silence is not just a single response, it is a versatile tool. It transcends language, communicates without the use of words, and fills gaps where verbal communication falls short. Maintaining silence also brings substantial benefits, including stimulating creativity, promoting mental health, supporting spiritual and religious practices, offering negotiation advantages, and even serving as a way to convey a commanding presence. In this video, we explore the powerful influence of silence, presenting 4 ways in which the choice to remain silent can be profoundly impactful. Number 1. Embracing silence enhances our ability to listen. The mystic and poet Jalal al-Din Muhammad Rumi once noted that our hearing becomes sharper the quieter we become. From a mystical standpoint, listening becomes paramount, as Rumi sought a connection with the divine and longed to hear a voice that transcends words. By surrendering to silence and leaving words behind, we create space for other voices that were previously drowned out by constant verbal noise. This includes inner voices, what philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson referred to as intrinsic knowledge, as well as external voices and sounds that we often miss due to our lack of auditory attention. Both internally and externally, our capacity to listen expands when we choose silence. Immersing ourselves in silence makes us receptive to our surroundings, directs our senses to what is around us, and thus grants us knowledge and wisdom. If we refuse to quiet ourselves or to listen to what others have to say, we are merely sharing what we already know, missing out on learning something new. The ancient philosopher Pythagoras asserted, "The fool is known by his speech, and the wise man by silence." Similarly, Lao Tzu stated, "Those who know do not speak, those who speak do not know." The practice of silence not only helps us understand our environment and identify risks and opportunities we might otherwise overlook when busy talking, but it also provides deeper insights into ourselves. Often, people are so engrossed in excessive thoughts, ceaseless worries, and meticulous analysis that they drown out underlying voices trying to emerge. For example, we might overlook our intuitions or ignore signals from our bodies trying to communicate specific health issues. We might even block ideas and solutions that already reside within us simply because our conscious mind generates an excess of noise. Moreover, the practice of silence can also open doors to insights of a philosophical and spiritual nature. For instance, people often over-identify with their thoughts, believing that we are what we think, that we are the mistakes we conceive in our minds. In Buddhism, thoughts constitute one of the 5 mental aggregates that we mistakenly confuse with our identity. According to the Buddha, we are not our thoughts. And by delving into silence, by observing our thoughts, we realize that all our ideas, concepts, and identifications are ephemeral and transient. Thus, according to the perspective of the Buddha, the notion of a fixed self is an illusion. However, the true ephemeral nature of thoughts is only revealed when we immerse ourselves in silence, observe them, and understand them. Number 2, silence serves as a remarkable stimulant for creativity. Theoretical physicist Albert Einstein believed that silence is a catalyst for the creative mind. When inspiration eluded him, he simply ceased mental efforts and embraced silence, a state he called receptive waiting, in which he awaited the arrival of appropriate ideas. Thus, like many other exceptional minds, he valued solitude as fertile ground for creativity. In his words, success is failure in progress. David Rock, the CEO of the Neuroleadership Institute, contributed an article to Psychology Today, in which he stated that an open mind is a calm mind. He explores the so-called eureka moment, in which a creative idea or solution seems to emerge on its own. These moments involve subtler and less obvious connections between neurons, which can easily be obscured when other louder signals dominate the brain. Consequently, insights emerge when the overall level of brain activity diminishes. This happens when we engage in activities that require less cognitive effort, when we perform repetitive tasks, or when we are in more relaxed states, such as upon waking up. Insights require the quietude of the mind, for they themselves are silent. To achieve mental tranquility, different approaches work for different people. Some find it in walks or repetitive exercises, while others might turn to calming music. Just like Einstein, many notable minds of the past, including Isaac Newton, Elizabeth Bishop, and Nikola Tesla, thrived in isolation and serene environments. And you, listening now, when does your mind find tranquility? Share in the comments below, and if you're not yet part of our community, subscribe to join us on the journey of becoming better individuals every day. Number 3, the power of the message conveyed through silence is undeniable. In many cases, the act of remaining silent can communicate more deeply and powerfully than using words. By responding with silence or employing well-timed pauses during conversation, we can effectively communicate without speaking or writing. Dutch silent rituals exemplify the power of silence in conveying a message. For instance, during the Remembrance of the Dead on May 4th, the 2 minutes of silence have a more significant impact than the rest of the ceremony, which includes other rituals and speeches by different individuals. Silence allows us to express what words cannot reach. The words spoken, ideas shared, and promises made often fail to fully encompass the complexity of the human experience. However, silence possesses a unique power when used as a response to tragedy, as we recognize that no set of words can fully capture what we seek to commemorate. Our willingness to cease talking and embrace silence for a set period demonstrates the depth of meaning we attribute to this pause. Is there a more effective way to show respect during a conversation? Silence also wields significant power. American author Mark Twain once said, "The right word may be effective, but no word was ever as effective as a rightly timed pause." Academic research indicates that discomfort starts to arise after approximately 4 seconds of silence in a conversation. The reason lies before us. Author Chris Melissa Down, in her book titled Clyde, explored how awkward silences can become a potent tool for achieving our goals. She explained that uncertainty plays a significant role in the feeling of embarrassment. These unscripted moments in life, when we're unsure of exactly what to say or do next, generate discomfort. Psychological research has established that uncertainty tends to make people uneasy. Thus, the uncertainty brought about by silent pauses in conversations can result in restlessness. Questions like, did I say something wrong? Does this person not like me? What will happen next? Can arise, causing the person on the other side of the conversation to make decisions merely to fill the uncertain void in communication. Often, this decision might benefit the person who chose to remain silent at the right moment. Another advantage of staying silent during a conversation is that, in some situations, silence is wiser than speaking. Anything we say can compromise our position. For instance, when participating in a discussion on a topic we are unfamiliar with, it is more powerful to simply listen. This not only gives us a chance to learn but also prevents us from appearing ignorant while attempting to seem knowledgeable in a subject we do not master. Furthermore, the act of silently listening demonstrates interest and a willingness to hear, something most people value. Writer Roman Paine once expressed, "Often have I regretted my speech, never my silence." Number 4, silence enhances well-being. How can we shield ourselves from a noisy world and the ceaseless tumult of the mind? Countless experiences, spanning eras and involving diverse individuals, demonstrate that silence plays a crucial role in soothing our restless minds. A substantial body of research indicates that silence has the ability to relax the mind, improve sleep quality, and alleviate insomnia issues. Moreover, a study found that 2 minutes of silence have a more calming effect than listening to relaxing music. Other research shows that exposure to elevated environmental noise increases stress hormone levels and can disrupt sleep patterns. Florence Nightingale, an English social reformer and pioneer of modern nursing, described unnecessary noise as a cruel lack of consideration that affects both the sick and the healthy. George Michael, on the other hand, reminds us that we have grown accustomed to tolerating noise and even perceive it as a positive sign in our modern society. Noise is associated with the operation of machines and the functioning of the technologies we've created. However, in accepting noise, we make a significant mistake. In his words, noise is detrimental, and information overload results in real harm, undermining our ability to function properly. This argument is supported by a considerable body of studies. Thus, to escape the overwhelming flow of information and noise, we need to incorporate silence into our routine. Moments of silence contribute to overall well-being and individual performance. We seek freedom, and that freedom finds its sanctuary in emptiness, in silence, in tranquil landscapes, in the closing of our eyes, in lying down in a dark and silent room. The sensation of falling into attention during a retreat in a peaceful place, the moment of zero gravity during an orgasm, the fleeting leap prompted by a good joke that momentarily turns the world upside down. This emptiness interrupts the constant flow of information, allowing us to readjust, to reason more deeply, and to briefly question the essential nature of our foundations. Silence is minimalist and empty, yet its presence is imposing and powerful. It cannot be put into words, but its essence is understood by all. It is expansive, enigmatic, both clear and comforting, yet painful. It is highly useful, even if discomforting, and it is both rebellious and elusive, becoming accessible to anyone. I appreciate you having come this far. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone.